Hey guys, welcome back. I thought I would be doing a remake of a video I made quite a bit ago. Basically wanted to do this remake because that first one, I actually forgot a couple tattoos that I had on my body, surprisingly. So I hope you guys enjoy this video just a little bit more. Without getting too far into this intro, let's get down to it. So my first tattoo that I ever got, it kind of coincides together. It's actually these two tattoos over here. And these are my treble and bass clef tattoos. I got these tattoos as kind of trophies for learning how to play the piano. I told myself I would get this after being able to play the piano with both hands very well in high school. And after high school, I ended up getting this as soon as I turned 18. A few months went by and then I felt like I got to an intermediate stage with piano and I got this bass clef. I'm still progressing. I've lost a little bit of my piano talent because I've been focusing more on vocal ranges, but you know, I'm a musician that plays quite a few instruments. So either way, even no matter what instrument I play, I know that these in particular will mean something to me. This is kind of a weird position to be in, but yes, I know these will mean something to me quite in the future going forward, and it's to this day they're still my favorite tattoos that I have on my body. The third tattoo I ever got was this Kingdom Hearts Keyblade. If you guys don't know, Kingdom Hearts is a game with a mix of Disney characters and Square Enix Final Fantasy characters. I was somewhat into Disney as a kid, but I was really into Final Fantasy growing up. And just having these two things mixed together was really important to me. Oblivion in particular is my favorite Keyblade in the series. It actually is really nice because it coincides with one of my favorite characters, Roxas. If you guys don't know who Roxas is, it's really complicated. The whole plot to Kingdom Hearts is really complicated, but I'm a big fan of the series. The Oblivion Keyblade means a lot to me because to me, just growing up, it's always looked really cool. And it also has a special meaning to the character that I kind of don't want to spoil for you if you haven't played it. If it's a game that you're interested in, I would go ahead and play it, but it does have a meaning to the character of Roxas and even to the character of Sora, which is the main character of the series. And that feeling that they felt with that weapon and with that other person that it resembles, it actually hits me in an emotional level, and it's hit me for like 10 years before getting this tattoo. And I was like, you know what? I've been thinking about getting this tattoo for 10 years. I think it's time, you know, just to get it. So I got this, and that's my Oblivion Keyblade. That's its meaning to me. My fourth tattoo I ever got was my Deftones self-titled album tattoo. The fun story behind this tattoo is that I came in with just the album title, and what eventually happened was because it's a CD art, I was like, you know, I kind of want this around the whole arm though, so I didn't know how to implement it. I was trying to figure it out. I knew I wanted the skull and the roses around it. I just didn't know how to implement it. However, I went to this great tattoo artist at a place called Ink Monkey, and he had a great idea of just having the eye travel to this giant rose, and it looks phenomenal. Like I look at certain angles of it, and to this day the reds, the blues, they are just as dark as they were before. Mikey, if you're watching this, thank you so much. This is one of my favorite tattoos that I've ever gotten. I would not have been able to come up with myself, and you did a great job just, you know, getting something from an idea and just making it your own, man. Great job. My fourth tattoo that I've ever gotten is something that is a little weird. It's not necessarily something I regret too much because I don't regret the tattoo. It's just a placement. But this number 13, I got it from Friday the 13th because I wanted to experience it at least once. Now, I don't go to Friday the 13th every year. I don't go most years. That this is kind of one of two Friday the 13th tattoos I have. This is really important to me for the reason of just going in with a particular friend that was really into music back in the day. We're not too close nowadays, but I still, you know, we didn't stop talking on bad terms or anything. And this particular friend helped me go through a tough time. And now it doesn't represent like her or just whatever friendship we had. It's just a tattoo I got on Friday the 13th, but just I guess I like it because the experience of getting it with her was really cool, and I really appreciate it. It's one of my favorites for that reason. However, I am going to cover it up because I do have an idea of what, you know, like something else I want to get there. So when I get to that, I'll let you guys know in an update video. Look at this new tattoo I got. It's gonna be cool. For now, this is what I have, and it's kind of cool that I can document this. So even if, you know, I cover it up, it's not a complete waste. I can express why I got it. Now, the fifth tattoo I have on my body is this bat. Now, this bat is actually coinciding with my other arm, which I will get to, but it is a Batman tattoo. You will hear more about the meaning and its story in a bit. This bat, though, is my second Friday the 13th tattoo, and This one is really cool for a few reasons. It's, if you put these together, and when this tattoo is done, it's gonna come up to here, but there's supposed to be bats coming out, and this is supposed to be like the entrance way. So when I have my arms together, it'll look a lot better. As of now, this tattoo is not done, so this is kind of just the start of the idea. And it just fit really well. I'm so glad they had this on the roster on the sheet for Friday the 13th. And this is the last Friday the 13th tattoo that I will get. Now, my 6th tattoo I have on my body is actually this umbrella. It's something to do with me and my best friend. First time we met, we had a meaningful talk, was in the rain. And you know, it really means a lot to me, so that's why I got it. My 7th tattoo that I have on my body is actually this Triforce symbol that you see over here. I'm a big Legend of Zelda fan, and I've played every single game growing up. My second favorite game of all time is The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, so getting a Triforce on my body was just kind of inevitable. It's the Triforce from the Zelda series, and it means a lot to me. There's not much to say. If you're a Zelda fan, you know what I mean. The series has a lot of ups and very few downs, and each game is you know, really crafted well, has a lot of meaning to it, hidden meanings, I should say. They're not very blatant with the story. I don't need to explain it. It's Zelda. I love Zelda. That's kind of about it. Now, my last tattoo that I have on my body as of now, my 8th, and going forward will probably be like still in my 8th tattoo, but it counts as a giant one, is my Batman tattoo. The reason why I enjoy this tattoo is because I grew up, Batman was my first hero growing up. I was a big Batman fan. I watched Batman the animated series, grew up watching Batman Beyond. I grew up playing some Batman video games that weren't good until the Arkham series came out. What I'm trying to say is I've been with Batman through his ups and downs. So the tattoo, it actually started with just Batman in the front. I didn't get the back done until recently. The back is actually the Red Hood, which to me has one of the most meaningful connections to Batman, because it shows one of Batman's failures, even though the Red Hood is alive. And if you know the story of Batman, Red Hood is actually the second Robin who died because the Joker killed him with a crowbar and then blew up a warehouse where he was in. However, later on he came back alive as the Red Hood, and I felt like the Red Hood was a much more interesting character than that second Robin. The second Robin was kind of just an angsty teenager. Red Hood was actually someone that felt betrayed by Batman, that really tested his morals. And it was something, when I read the book and I saw the film, the animated adaptation, I have to admit that it got me a little misty-eyed, and that message always stuck with me, that, you know, Batman lost someone really special to him against someone that he really hated, but he never took vengeance. You know, he still, after all that, you know, even though he wanted to, he's still human, he wanted to kill the Joker. However, his duty, his self-discipline prevented him from doing it, and his sense of justice, it's a very meaningful thing to me. Like, it's just, his story means a lot, but I also understand the Red Hood's point of view, that if you don't stop this guy, he's gonna kill more people. I'm not telling you to kill, you know, Penguin or Riddler or anybody, just the guy who killed me, your son. And that's something that hits home with me as well, because it's like you can understand both of these characters' point of view. I'm planning to also get Nightwing on my arm, and even the Joker as well, because those are two other characters that I love. However, I have to admit that, you know, Red Hood is still one of my favorite characters, and that's why he kind of takes up this entire arm. And I do have Catwoman here, because she is part of the story of Batman, especially nowadays in the comic books. She's someone that comes up from a broken home, and she kind of has this very conflicted viewpoint on human beings, and, you know, just people in general, and men especially. You know, there's a part of her that has like a change of heart. She's not always, you know, the good person. She still always looks out for herself, which is a very Catwoman thing to do. But Selina Kyle is a very interesting person to me. She has this mindset where she just thinks human beings are terrible, you know? And Batman gives her hope that not all humans are terrible. They're not all terrible beings. I like Catwoman because Batman gives her hope, and she becomes a better person because of it. It doesn't matter where you start. It just matters on the person that you become and the person you are at this point. As of now, these are all the tattoos I have. Thank you guys for watching this redone version of my tattoo video. It was really fun to make. I actually think I got my point across more here. If you guys like what you see, I have 2 other tattoo videos that I did. One is before getting a tattoo, and just some tattoo tips, like while you're thinking about it, or just after you get a tattoo or whatever, just what to expect. I have those 2 videos too if you want to check them out. If you want to see my old tattoo and their meanings video, you can go ahead and check out that too. I don't think it's very well done, but I will leave it up just because it does garner some interest from some people. I'm going to end it here and just see you guys later.